players playing, which to me look as if they're hitting the top form at the right time. The last few games of the season, where the questions are posed, they've come up with all the answers. As I say, we look forward to next week.
Well, I tell you, the esteem that Joe Hart has held in, that is smirring some of the backroom staff and the subs and some of the players that were lining up to shake his hand and hug him as well, and that tells you everything.
Yeah, I think he's a classy guy. I think the way he goes about his business, a complete professional. But as you, I mean, Callum McGregor, one of the nicest guys he's met. It says a lot for the guy.
Well, Callum McGregor, his 21st major trophy, we spoke about it. Bobby Lennox has won 25, James Forrest and Billy McNeil with 23 major honours, Scott Brown with 22, now Callum McGregor 21, and James Forrest and Callum McGregor obviously be hoping to add to that tally in a week's time. And it doesn't matter, and you'll hear the players say this, Simon, whether for some players it's their first title triumph, or for the likes of Callum McGregor and James Forrest have won many, they enjoy them and they savour them as if it is their first one.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was only lucky enough to win one here. These guys have did it time and time again. But listen, just to stay in that Celtic team for that length of time is an achievement in itself. But a successful Celtic team and winning medal after medal, it's incredible. It's an amazing effort from both those players over the years. As I say, it's a continuous fight. Every year at Celtic where they bring in players to try and strengthen it. Callum's been the captain, and James Forrest, the two of them, outstanding contribution to Celtic Football Club.
Well, the stage is being set literally in the centre circle at the moment in advance of the trophy presentation. Remember, stay with us, we shall bring you all these post-match celebrations and all the post-match reaction as well from down on the pitch. And you can return to Simon and I shortly for the presentation, where we're going to go down to the pitch side where Jerry and Peter are soaking up the atmosphere.
Yes, we are indeed soaking up the atmosphere. Pitch side, you can see behind us all the workers are getting ready, bringing on the flutterfetti and all the pyro to get ready for the celebration that's, well, I was going to say the celebration that's about to happen, but it feels like the celebration's already, to be honest, the celebration started after the Glasgow derby, let's be honest, Peter.
Well, definitely, and they were finished off in Wednesday evening style, and it's fantastic to go away with a victory today. It's always great to finish the league season. What's that, 6 points again? You know what I mean? Magnificent effort with the boys. We know, as I said earlier, it's not been vintage, but you've got to get there, you've got to dig in. They've showed the guts, and even today it wasn't easy for them, and they kept going and they kept going, and thank God we got that winner again, because it's love to finish with a victory.
Yeah, it's all very well for the fans in the stand turning up, but it's hard to play when you've got a hangover. So well done to the boys for that this afternoon. Luis Palma getting the winning goal in the second half. I was kind of expecting about maybe 7 or 8 minutes added on, but the referee decided pretty much on the 90 that was going to do it, and well, just listen to that atmosphere, absolutely unbelievable. Not a man, woman or child has left Celtic Park. They are desperately waiting for the players to come back out. Let's just soak this up for a bit. It's such a family club, Peter. You can see that by the faces in the crowd. But what a job it's been for the boys. I'll get on the pitch after the celebration and hopefully speak to a few of them, and they will, well, they know the work that goes on behind the scenes. You know more than we do what goes on, because sometimes I think people, when they look from the outside, they see a team or a club that's won 12 out of 13 titles and they think, oh, well, that must be easy. But what they don't understand is that every time you play against a team in Scotland, the opposition raises their game because you are the champions, and you have to resist that. You have to guard against any complacency and be professional and do your job, and that's exactly what Celtic have had to do in spades this season.
And then go again and do it again. You're champions for 6 weeks, as we used to say. That's all you enjoy, because this is the expectation of this fantastic club, is to win the league every season before you kick a ball. That's your aim. More than anything else, people talk about Europe. Winning domestic competition, the league championship, is the most important thing for this football club. And that will always be. That's why these thousands and thousands come round about every week to see you. So you put more victories on it. You never get sick of it. And that's why the players get carried away a little bit. Never. Because you'll know the expectation, as I say, is to go to bed, enjoy the moment. 6 weeks later, you're going again, and you have to start on the front foot to go and win it again. And that is the expectation at all times at this football club, to win everything. And you're disappointed when you lose a game, never mind a championship.
There are a lot of fans in this stadium, Peter, who are used to success. You know, I mean, we've dominated over the last 20, 25 years. You know, you played over 600 times for Celtic at a time where success was not guaranteed. So what would you say to those players or supporters who think that success comes as a guarantee with Celtic?
Exactly what I said 2 minutes ago, Jerry. You go to your bed again and you've got to do it again. I was during a difficult time here. We never won a trophy for 6 years. I know how difficult, how gut-wrenching it was. I wouldn't have swapped it for the world. I'd love to have won more medals and more trophies. But you knew that was your aim every day, not just on a Saturday. Every day in the training ground was competitive. And I think you even see that come the end of the season when everybody was fit. I'm sure Brendan's competitiveness that came on the training ground. And that's what pushed these guys over the line. This will be Brendan's most enjoyable win, I think, as the manager. I think this will be his most enjoyable win.
Why that?
Because it's been the toughest for different things. And I think this is the one he'll enjoy more than most. To win the fans over again in the respect, not because his abilities, because we never like seeing anyone leaving Celtic, but he's proven what a top quality manager he is. In times of trouble, he stood firm, and his team stood firm with him, and I'm absolutely delighted with him. And you're delighted with likes of Callum McGregor, James Forrest, to do it consistently, but for somebody like Joe Hart to come in and then go and sell the club everywhere, because everybody knows where Joe Hart is, an English goalkeeper, but to come here and fall in love with this great club is something special.
Well, the fans are all in the stadium waiting for the trophy to come out, the trophy presentation party. And then John Ledwith, the stadium announcer, will announce the Celtic team out. It's great to see Joe Hart get a fantastic reception and getting his own special ovation when he came off towards the end of that game. I'm pretty sure we'll hear from Joe on the pitch, and I'll try and chat to him when I walk round in a few minutes. The sun, as you can see, is still shining. The players will be allowed to celebrate this, I'm sure, for maybe 24, 48 hours. But another huge opportunity next week, Peter, to put the icing on the cake and get a double. A Scottish Cup final in the sun against Rangers was one of your greatest games in a Celtic shirt. Will you allow the players time to celebrate this before they focus on that one?
No, I wouldn't. I don't want any sore heads. I think the preparation starts now. The sad thing is to see Stephen Welsh getting an injury. That's the disappointment of today, because you want everybody to be fully fit, get into this week. And I think now they'll let their hair down maybe tonight. I think Brendan will allow that. I'm sure any injuries, that'll be in tomorrow. But the focus of this group and the focus of this football club is always on the next game. That's the most important thing. And what a fantastic game. Dreams as kids, as I said, was to play Rangers in a Scottish Cup final, the last game of the season, and won it. Let me tell you, there is nothing. This is fantastic, league championships, but that's over the grind of a season. But when you win a cup final on cup final day, but you know it's a one-off, there is a special feel to it. And that's what Celtic, the dream that I had, and I'm sure many youngsters had, and it'd be fantastic if we could finish off in style next week.
Billy McNeill used to say there's a fairy tale about this club, and it kind of feels that it's in the stars. It kind of feels that it's written, but that's not how football works. That's just the romance of the game. And that manager and these players that we can see in the tunnel about to come out, they're the ones that are going to put in a hard graft this week to try and make sure that this fairy tale comes true next weekend?
Absolutely. We're the ones that can celebrate. We can enjoy their success. That's the thing. These boys know what they've got to do. They'll have the working boots on come Monday again, ready to go, ready to fight to try and get in the team, the starting team that starts next week, and give it their all, because there is no better feeling when you see the success and the enjoyment you put in the supporters' face. There is no better feeling. That's what you fight for every day you pull your jersey on. As I say, it's always the badge in the front and the people that stand in the terrace and you're fighting for. And these guys know that. They've proven that. As I say, I think it's the most significant one Brendan's won because of that, because we've had to fight, we've had to scratch. It's not been vintage, as I said many times, but we've got there. And that's the difference. We've got there and we've won it. And hail, hail, as they all say.
Absolutely. The players just been given the instructions in terms of the choreography of what is about to happen post-match, where they need to go, what direction they need to go, who is going to be spoken to. They will, of course, then get their families onto the pitch as they walk round and let them experience it, because the families make so many sacrifices behind the scenes. You saw how emotional Joe Hart got in the Celtic TV interview I did with him yesterday when he just had to think about his family and the tears welling up in his eyes. They get the sacrifices, so I'm sure they will be on the pitch sharing in this celebration this afternoon. But the players lining up again. There's Carter Vickers. He's stripped for this one.
But you're right, Jerry, but what you notice with this group of players, they all fight for together. You can see the togetherness you've got with them. They were all delighted for Joe Hart. You know, it's very unusual Celtic celebrate that way with taking their goalkeeper off. I think that shows the respect. That wasn't being disrespectful to St Mirren, it was being respectful to Joe Hart.
All right, the presentation party, it looks like, is about to come on, and the trophy presentation about to be made. So let's go back up to your commentary pairing of Paul Cuddihy and Simon Donnelly.
Paradise welcomes the title-winning manager, the title-winning captain, and the title-winning goalkeeper, and the title-winning Celtic squad onto the pitch. These are the moments that we savour. We never get tired of them. 12 titles in 13 seasons, and we have loved and savoured every single one. The Champions League music plays out because we are in the Champions League again next season, a new format for the Premier Club competition in the world, and we are where we belong. Listen to that roar. John Ledwith is down on the pitch, and when that music stops, he's going to have a word with Joe Hart, a word with Callum McGregor, and a word with the Celtic manager, Brendan Rodgers, before all these players get their winners' medals and lift the trophy that their efforts have so deserved.
Paradise, you'll see that I'm here with Celtic's #1, Joe Hart. Now, Joe, you've been here for 3 seasons, 3 league titles. You're a bit of a lucky charm for the Hoops, but can you sum up the emotion on your final day and what has been a fantastic journey for you?
Look, guys, I've never felt professionally that special before in my entire life. Myself, my family, from the bottom of my heart, I absolutely adore every single one of you, everyone associated with this football club. It's such a special place, and I was asked yesterday to, how do you explain this to people? I don't want to explain this to anyone. This is not a club that needs explaining. This is a club that speaks for itself. You guys are absolutely phenomenal. It's part of you. You've made me feel so special and humbled, and thank you. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for having me.
Paradise, please make some noise for the safest hands in soccer, Joe Hart!
Listen to that reception for Joe Hart, and thoroughly deserved. And you can see how much the club means to him, how much he means to the club. And he has played his part in 3 league titles in a row, and he'll go over to join his teammates and get his league winners' medal. and he'll want to add the Scottish Cup to that, and a man who knows all about winning and knows what it means to play for this club is
and
captain
next up we get a chance
Callum
to speak
McGregor.
with our captain who wears that armband with such pride. Let's hear it for Callum McGregor. And Callum, can I just say a quick word from you for Joe Hart and the servant he's been for Celtic?
Yeah, the guy's been unbelievable since the day he walked in the door. I think he's been a real pillar of strength for this group as well, and the timing of when he came in, he set the tone for the group, and I'm just so buzzing that we can give him the send away that he deserves.
And Callum, some league titles are more difficult than others. How big does this one feel, and what does it say about the character of this squad of players and this manager that we have at the club?
Yeah, listen, it's been difficult, for sure. But that's the one thing in sport, is you got to dig deep in the difficult moments. And I think this squad, the supporters, the club, I think we've really dug deep, and that's what makes it so special.
Well, Callum, I know everyone in here is proud to call you our captain. Ladies and gentlemen, Callum McGregor!
What a player he has been for Celtic. Since 9 years old he's been at Celtic. What a leader. And now we come to the man who has delivered another
finally,
league title
he's been here before,
to Paradise.
And he's back,
Brendan
and
Rodgers.
he's here again in May. Brendan Rodgers! Brendan, you told us to meet you here in May. We're here. What do you say about this group of players and this fantastic football club?
Well, I think firstly, I have immense respect and pleasure in working with the players, because obviously throughout the season, when it was tough and it was tight and it was tense, they were so professional, and their application was, as I did, just a joy to see. And obviously days like today, they get the rewards, so I'm so happy for them.
And on a personal note, Brendan, what does this mean for you?
Well, it means everything. I think when I came, I was, as I said, I put myself under pressure by saying what I said, but that's because I believed in us as a team and a staff and a club that we could get the job done.
And we're going to celebrate today, Brendan, but there's one more big push going into a cup final next week. You'll be raring to go again.
Yeah, I think the message is that we celebrate today. We finish on 93 points, which is a great effort by everyone. The support has absolutely inspired us, and you were our strength in these last few months and pushed us over the line. Now we have one more to go, and let's go and finish the job.
Well, Brendan, don't doubt they will be there a hand in the sun. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to the squad. Ladies and gentlemen, our leader, Brendan Rodgers.
Another league title for Brendan Rodgers, his third league title. And he certainly enjoyed it. Callum McGregor about to lift another trophy. Well, it was booed at the Hearts game, Simon. Brilliant. He's on today with the trophy.
That's class. Did you know that was happening?
I did not.
Paul, we were up the gantry that day. You tipped it, you said, here comes Santa, he's going to get booed. That's brilliant.
Well, it was the only league defeat that Celtic suffered. It was at home against Hearts, and the Celtic fans were maybe not so happy. It wasn't necessarily with Santa, but he's done his job. He's got the cheers this afternoon. He's come out of hibernation, just for one afternoon only back at Paradise.
Tremendous. Tremendous.
So Callum McGregor about to lift his 21st trophy. What a phenomenal player. That was sensational. So Callum McGregor ushering Joe Hart in to lift the trophy with him. A lovely touch from Callum McGregor. And Celtic, once again, the champions of Scotland for the 54th time as the fans count down. You never tire of these moments, Simon.
Special moments for these players to remember, the fans to remember and savour. All that hard work, and this season hasn't been plain sailing, Paul. There's been different moments in the season when it's swayed, there's been pressure on the team, but they hit the final stretch in perfect timing, form. They've been over the course of many of them before. That experience told. Same can be said about the manager. And they're lifting yet another trophy here. Fantastic.
Well, the manager has said it's all about the whole team, the whole squad, the players that play. They pay tribute during the week to the players who don't play as much because their standards and what they do every day allows the team to train at the highest level and to be ready for these moments in these games, and so they all deserve to be up there and to savour this.
Yeah, listen, some of them haven't performed as much as others, but you come in, day out and work, and they have to have that. I mean, Callum said there about Joe Hart coming in the door and setting standards, setting the tone. That's what it takes, but you have to have everybody on board, and you can tell there's a unity amongst that squad there. They got on with each other, their closeness, their togetherness. A number of them have been over the course in the last 2 or 3 seasons, but you need that professionalism, and I think that group of players have that in abundance.
As Jerry said, not a single Celtic fan has left the stadium. They are lapping up these celebrations, these moments, because they are so special. It just shows once again that Celtic are the dominant force in Scottish football, and they have been for a very, very long time. And I think just a wee hint there, just when they were coming back out, playing the Champions League music, just a nice wee reminder of that's the reward for winning this title.
Exactly. It gets the juices flowing, everybody in here, reaction to that Champions League music. We want more nights like that here at Celtic Park. And I think the manager as well touching on the job's not over next week. Cannot wait for that one at Hampden Park.
Well, that's going to be a special day, but this afternoon it's all about the league title. The team that finishes top of the table after 38 games is always the best team in Scotland, and invariably that turns out to be Celtic. I would say the 21st century is a real golden era for this club.
It has been, but listen, you have to appreciate it as well, the achievements and the success. But Granny touched on it earlier on there. It wasn't always the case there. Me and him were in a team that, you know, really struggled. It was a tough time at Celtic at that time. You know, it was still special times for me and Peter. But this group here and the groups before them, the success at Celtic has been phenomenal in recent time. I've got 3 boys, Paul, and they've only really tasted success, which is amazing. It really is. But if we talk about the present, this group of players there has been questions asked throughout. I mean, Rangers got to the top of the league not so long ago. To fight back and really do it when it mattered says it all.
Well, the gap at the top of the table at the end of the season was 8 points. Celtic on 93 points with 29 wins, 6 draws, 3 defeats, 95 goals scored, 30 conceded. Emphatic in every sense of the word. It was tough. There was plenty of challenges along the way, but the manager and the captain spoke about how much this team digs in and listen to the strains of You'll Never Walk Alone. There is no better sight or sound than You'll Never Walk Alone at Celtic Park. It really does send shivers down your spine, and I'm sure that will be the case with Jerry McCulloch, who is on the pitch and about to soak up even more of the atmosphere and the post-match reaction.
Incredible scenes here on the pitch at full time. It's Celtic Park. Celtic, of course, having wrapped up their 54th title in their history, 12th in 13 years. Follow me, you can see the boys ahead of me there. What they're doing is they're going to walk round and then do another trophy lift in front of the north stand. And after they've done that, we can hopefully get a chat with some of the guys as we go into the sunshine. You really get a sense of the heat that the boys have been playing in this afternoon. The heat has been up to the mid-70s or the mid-20s if you work in Celsius. But incredible, not an empty seat inside Celtic Park. The DJ doing his bit, playing all the usual celebration songs as the team comes over and gets ready to present the award, present the trophy once again, this time to the supporters who have given so much backing to this team from the opposite stand to the main stand. We're having a party, as the music says. And then once they've done this, we will then get a chat with a few of the guys. Celtic 3-2 winners this afternoon. They had to work for it as well. St Mirren gave the boys a really good game, 2 each at half-time, but Luis Palma getting that late winner for the boys. And I can be sure that despite a cup final being just around the corner, these boys will be ready for perhaps 24 hours of celebration. All right, let's get a bit closer then, because they're about to lift this trophy, and then we can hopefully get in and get a word with some of the guys. Let's get nice and close. You can see a lot of the backroom staff here as well, down on the pitch, getting ready to put their Champions T-shirts on. I'll just get myself in a good position. It's tradition now for the Celtic players to come and do a double trophy lift. I think the only person we're waiting on is the manager, Brendan Rodgers. I think he may be, he's over doing an interview just now. Let me see if I can grab the assistant manager, John Kennedy, for a quick word. He's just getting his T-shirt just now. John, we're just waiting for the manager to come across, so I thought, who better to speak to than his number 2?
Time fella.
Yeah, how pleased are you for him, for yourself, and for these boys and these supporters?
Yeah, it's amazing. I think, there's a lot of pressure on this year in terms of following Ange. Your friends come in, done a remarkable job, but again, you see when it came to the business end of things that the team stood up, the manager stood up, and this is what it's all for.
Yeah, was it a case of being familiar with the pressure when it comes to the end of the season? Because it did seem to be at that stage was where we stepped it up a gear.
It did, but that comes from consistency from way back at the start of the season. It's not like you turn the switch and then, all right, we need to get it going. It's the consistency, the work all the way through the season, and at the start of the season prepares you for these moments, and that's why the guys come strong at the end. They're always ready.
How many medals is that you've got?
21 counting.
You're still counting. Fantastic, John. Well done. And there we have it, the trophy in the air. Goodness me, the heat from the flames is quite something when you're down close to it. John Kennedy's been such a great servant to the club for the past, goodness knows how many years, but 21 medals for him. Still got a bit to go to reach James Forrest though. He's on 23 now. He's equalled the late great Billy McNeill. Only Bobby Lennox ahead of James in terms of honours. Let's go and have a word with Matt O'Reilly. Matt, fantastic. You knew the league title was wrapped up, but I knew you wanted to give the fans something to shout about today.
Yeah, definitely. It was actually a really tough game. I thought St Mirren played really well. And yeah, we had to stick at it right to the end, and it's really nice to finish the season with a win.
Is there a bit of a goals competition going on between yourselves and Kyogo now you're both on 19?
No, not at all. If we're up to me, I'd rather he finish on higher because he's our goal scorer, you know. I like providing for him in an ideal world, you know.
I'll let you go and celebrate with your team in front of the park. Let me go and grab a word with the manager if I can. Thanks, Brendan, for talking to us once more. You know what this is like. You've been here before. Is it everything you expected it to be?
Yeah, and more. I think this time round now, I'm going to enjoy every single second of it. I think that I was always about the next thing, which is still the same, but I can press pause on that to enjoy days like today because, you know, if you look at Big Joe, his league, it's done. And one day that'll be me, and I want to be able to look back and really enjoy it. It's such a special club, and I want to really make sure I enjoy all these special moments.
The games come so thick and fast. You don't often get time as a manager and players to actually celebrate for even 24 hours. So these moments are special.
Yeah, we haven't hardly been able to do anything all season. You know, the players, their application, the professionalism, everything has been superb. So, but today's a day to celebrate. I also said that this is work. Walking up Celtic Way, amazing. This here, amazing. But it's a work day as well, and we wanted to win, and the players did that, and they won. So proud of them.
When will you begin focusing on the next game? One to go?
Well, we'll already start that, you know. But I think tonight is just enjoy today, enjoy being a champion again, and like I said, from tomorrow that preparation starts, and then we're in a great place moving into next weekend.
Thanks, Brendan. These fans are desperate to sing your name, so I'll let you go. Thanks very much, and congratulations once again. Celtic manager Brendan Rodgers, let's go. Enjoying the players. Over in the northeast corner. Manager determined to soak up the atmosphere, and no wonder. Just a couple of seconds, if you don't mind. How do you feel right now?
Buzzing, amazing. Shows what it means to us all. So good.
Is that what this is all about for you, Joe?
Exactly, winning trophies, but to do it for a guy like Harty means so much. So no, delighted.
Brilliant. Go and enjoy it. Thanks, Greg. Celtic players making sure that Joe Hart is front and centre of all the celebrations. It's an emotional day for Joe. He'll celebrate it just now, but I'm sure knowing him that the emotions will be wide-ranging. There may be some tears later on. come with me. I'll try and get a quick word with one or two of the boys. James, can I just grab you for a quick second, if you don't mind?
I will.
You've done this so many times, but is it still as special as it always has been?
I think every year you get it, it's unbelievable. The feeling's still the same, and I think you want that buzz every year.
Something a bit extra for you guys, because I know you wanted this so much for Joe Hart. It's turned into his afternoon.
Well, I think all the boys or the staff, everybody wanted that. I think Joe Hart, he's came obviously 3 years ago, and he's been exceptional on the park and off it, and we're all buzzing for him.
Brilliant. Go and enjoy it, James. Thank you. James Forrest, 23 medals for Celtic. A veteran of these celebrations. Let me grab a quick word with Anthony while we're waiting on the other boys to come over. Anthony, another Premiership medal round your neck, contributed with an assist for the winner today. An emotional day for everyone.
Yeah, an emotional day for everyone. It's days like this as a Celtic player, as a Celtic supporter that you cherish and that you love. You know, from a personal point of view for myself, you know, I do all this for my wee girl, so she'll be able to look back at memories of this of me and see what Dad was able to achieve, and it's a great achievement for all the boys. I'm pleased for everyone. I hope everyone enjoys it.
Yeah, everyone will celebrate. I'm sure you'll celebrate, but then everyone will start talking about the one still to come.
Exactly. We've got another big game, so we'll enjoy this, bank it, go into next week, train hard, and we're ready to go.
Go and enjoy it, Anthony. Thank you. Another presentation about to be set up here, making sure that all the supporters around the stadium get to celebrate with the team. These are all the pictures and all the footage that you'll see across the social media channels and your newspapers tomorrow. Rio Hitati just making sure that that Premiership trophy is in full view in front of the Champions Board. We'll get a word with the captain as well. What an inspirational captain he is, Callum McGregor. Here comes the captain, Callum McGregor. Callum, I'm sure you never tire of this, despite the fact that you've done this before. Can you sum up these supporters in this atmosphere?
What an atmosphere, eh? The place is absolutely rocking, and to be honest, everyone deserves it. You know, it's a long old season, loads of twists and turns, but I tell you what, when it mattered, the boys really stood up, and the supporters really stood up, and the club came together, and that's why we have another trophy day like today. So everyone's got to enjoy it.
Have you had to dig and really go to places to find that strength of character that you maybe as a unit haven't had to do before?
Yeah, probably for a long time, to be honest. Obviously, Angie's first season, it was tight, but I think by that time we were playing really good football. We hadn't really lost a game since match day 6 or something like that. So, you know, it's been a lot of chopping, changing, and trying to find our rhythm, trying to get players back for injury. But like I said, you've got to peak at the right time, and it feels like we are. So we have to be cautious of that and approach that in the same way next week, so that we're coming back to the stadium with another trophy as well.
Yeah, exactly. How long will you celebrate this before getting into the hard work again?
For the next 5 minutes, probably. But that's just the nature of football. Obviously, we'll have a great day today. Everyone should enjoy it. Worked so hard for it. With a couple of days off, and then we come back in on Tuesday and we're ready to go. Because like I said, that hunger's still there. We have to show that as a group. When we go to Hampden next week, we bring it back.
Enjoy celebrating, Callum. You deserve it. Thank you very much. Well done, Callum. Let me speak to these two guys. Came to the club this season. Adam, I know you know a lot about Celtic before you came here. Nicholas, perhaps not as much. Can you sum up this atmosphere and how it feels?
Yes, it's amazing. To be honest, I don't think you'll get this anywhere else. It's and all the lads there, and his Harty especially, he's been at such big clubs, and to get this turnout and to have these fans right behind you is an amazing feeling.
And Nicholas, for you, this is why you came, wasn't it?
Yeah, 100%. I don't even hear the words what Ed said. Such a nice feeling to win the title, and now we're going for the cup.
Absolutely. Go and enjoy it, guys. Thank you very much. If I can, let me just speak to these two absolute legends of our defence, Cameron Carter-Vickers and Alistair Johnson. You've both experienced this, but it must just get better every time.
Yeah, no, every time it's a special feeling. You know, I think especially the league title. You know, you work all season for it, and you know when you get the reward at the end, it's a great feeling.
Yeah, we know you celebrate it, Cameron. And what about you, Alistair?
I'm not even going to say the line. We all know what the line is, but yeah, no, we'll definitely enjoy this one. But again, our focus is still on a really big match coming up this week. So it'll be a bit more of a low-key celebration, I think, tonight.
Can I ask you about Joe Hart? It turned into his afternoon, and no wonder the 3 years he's given the club. What an end to his career here, but hopefully we can give him the best possible send-off in his career next week.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. You know, for me, Joe, not just being a great footballer and a great leader, but he's also a great person, and I think that's the most important thing. You know, ever since I've been here, you know, he's always there to help everyone, and yeah, just a great guy. I can't speak of him highly enough.
You guys are two of our North American Celts. Alistair, will there be plenty of celebrating over in Canada today?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've gotten lots of messages, tons of supporters, clubs back home that are all super excited, and again, just thrilled. It's another league title for us. And again, as Cam kind of touched on, it's always amazing winning a league title because it really is a testament to the work that you've done for the past year. So we're really happy with this, and yeah, I bet there's a ton of Celtic fans all over the world and back home in North America that are celebrating this.
Brilliant. We're happy you're both here. Thanks very much, guys. Go and enjoy the rest of your day. Well, Cameron Carter-Vickers and Alistair Johnson there giving us their time. What an afternoon it's been. What a season it's been. It's had its ups, it's had its downs, but thankfully it finishes on a high. The manager did say back in June, for those that he still had to convince, he'd see us here in May. He had the confidence and, of course, the coaching abilities to get us to this situation today. There is still one more game to go for the men's team, of course. The Scottish Cup final at Hampden next Saturday against Rangers. Join us for that one. But more close to home, and just tomorrow here at Celtic Park. If you're outside the UK and Ireland, then please join us for live coverage of the Celtic women's team against Hibs. A victory against Hibs tomorrow should wrap up a first ever league title for Celtic women's team, and we wish Elena Sadiku, Kelly Clark and the girls all the best for that one. That's tomorrow afternoon. I'm sure you, like us and these Celtic players, will celebrate for the rest of today. So from me, Jerry McCulloch, in this Glasgow sunshine, and from all the Celtic TV team, we are champions again. See you soon. Bye-bye.